Hello everyone, today I will bring to you a Genis Wotchuneed UPF deck. This deck will be good also when PVE is going to be available. Also, this deck is easily upgradable with cards that might come out in the future, so keep an eye for group hug cards coming up in the supplemental product and in the main product. So, what is UPF? It is a multiplayer format, pretty similar to the EDH in Magic the Gathering, but instead of having singleton cards, your deck consists of 60 cards and you can play at most 3 of each card. Also, LSS recommends you to use a young hero for UPF, and then you have equipments and weapons specific to your class. All Flesh and Blood cards are legal in this format, so you can play Go Bananas. For more details, I'll leave a link in the description about the UPF format on the LSS main website. Let's quickly cover what a group hug strategy is. Group hug is an archetype that's generated from Magic the Gathering Commander, where you provide resources to your opponent, either in form of cards, or life, or tokens, or whatever else. And by providing the resources to your opponent, they usually will leave you alone, they will not attack you, so you can be one of the last players standing in the game, and then you will have quick ways to close out the game once you are on the top. Let's jump into the deck tech. First, let's start with some shoutouts. First shoutout to Fresh and Buds and Tommy for hosting UPF every month in their Discord. Really good fun. So if you want to play some UPF, please join Tommy's Discord, link in the description. Another shout out goes to Az, President Rogue Armada, and Bill from Spike Feeder for playing UPF and getting me excited about playing UPF. And now let's jump into the deck tech. Our hero is Genis Wotchuneed. You have a once per turn action that each other hero may put a card from their hand on the bottom of the deck. If they do, draw a card and create a silver token. If you gain no silver this way, draw a card. So this is a good way to generate silver tokens. And for reference, here is the silver token. You can pay 3, destroy it, and draw a card. And you generate a lot of silver tokens with this deck. So let's see how it's gonna work. First, let's look at our suite of equipment and weapons. As our weapon, we have Talishar of the Lost Prince. Also want to mention that almost the deck is completely blinked out, missing 4 cards for blinking it out, but they will be coming in the mail soon. For equipments, we are going to play the 2 best generic equipments available in the game. The Sprint Tunic and the Skull Cap. Those are really powerful, but if you don't have access to them, they are not super necessary, but they are useful. You can replace them with any generic equipment that you feel like are going to be good in the deck. Then for boots, we have Mage Master boots, and you will see why later on, but you can play your non-attack actions with Go Again, so this is going to be really useful to play your potions or other cards that don't have Go Again with Go Again. And the star of the equipments for Genis is the newly printed Silver Palms that I have in cold foil here. That at the start of each hero's turn, if they have less life than you, they might draw a card and then you create a silver token. This is also another aspect of group hug. Besides the Genis ability, this also provides your opponent with cards. In the case you face against a lot of arcane damage, we have a full set of new runes in a sideboard, or nice shiny new runes in a sideboard, but ideally you don't want to play any of those, and for sure I feel like you want to play with the Silver Palms no matter what, and you can replace these 3 depending on how much arcane damage you expect to face. As far as deck, we need to look at the group hug card. This is the main strategy archetype of the deck, so we have the Silver Palms as we mentioned. Then we have a play set of these Runs on Me. This is really nice to give your opponents cards, so each hero draws a card, so everybody draws a card, and you get a bit protection, so because the attacks that target you have 1 less attack. Other way to give your opponent some resources is Coax a Commotion. If this hits, you can give a quicken token for every hero, you can give them cards, you can have them gain life. So often your opponents will not block this, so you can give the effects, and you can use politics. If you don't block, I'm gonna give cards or quicken token that is only useful for that hero. That is a nice way to help Europe dishing out some damage. Another useful card for group hug is the Promise of Plenty. Basically, Promise of Plenty hits. Each hero that doesn't have an arsenal, they put the top card from their deck into their arsenal, and we have all of them. And usually they don't block if they don't have an arsenal, so you can easily attack with the blue one. It's only 1 damage, so they might not block. And if it's played from the arsenal, you can go again, which is useful because you play this. You have clear arsenal, and so you can put 1 card on top from top of your deck into the arsenal, and maybe it's going to be another one. Who knows? As you might have noticed, we have a subtle silver team with Genis and Silver Palms ability. You generate a good amount of silver, and if you play with several people, like I did in the UPF event, I played in Fresh and Bad's Discord, we had 6 people, I had a lot of silver tokens. So what do we do with the silver tokens? Or what can we do with the strategy of the silver token? Another thing that I like is generate more silver tokens. For this reason, I'm playing pick a card, any card. I'm playing these ones mainly because it's the ones that I had in full version. But the red one is really good. You can target an opponent that has only 1 card in hand, and for that reason you can just like easily hit, and you get 4 silver tokens. So this is really cool to generate more silver. Once we have all of the silver, one thing we can do is to play cash in. That you can destroy 2 silvers instead of paying the cost to draw 2 cards. So each silver is 2 cards for free instead of playing 6 resources to draw 2 cards from 2 silver tokens. The opposite of cash in is cash out. I'm playing only 1 cash out in this deck. Basically you can destroy weapons, equipments, and non-token items to get some silver. So if you need some silver, this is the cash out to build up the silver. It rarely happens, but if you need a bail, we have the cash out. And this introduces the other theme of the deck, which is group hug and silver. We have the potions. We are playing Knick Knack Brick Brack, that you can destroy any number of copper, silver or gold, and then you can search for a potion, an amulet or a talisman and put it into the arena, and for each 2 silver you sacrifice, you can search for another item. And this is like the secondary theme that might be reduced in the future once we have more like group hug cards, but for now we have a pretty solid potion team. The main potion you want to get is Time Snap potion, especially in the beginning. It lets you get more action points, so you can build up a bit more your board state, get more silver tokens, etc. Then we have a lot of the talisman and potions from the new set. I have a play set of gold foil talisman of balance. It helps you put a card in your arsenal if you don't have any arsenal slot, which is really good. The other potion that I have 3 of is the Potion of Luck. If your hand is not great, you can shuffle your hand and arsenal and draw many cards, so you can easily fix your hand if you have like a poopy hand, for example. Then after these potions, the other ones are like more situational and they're not in 3 of. We have 2 healing potions if you want to gain some life. We have 1 amulet of intervention. This helps you not to lose the game. Then for some card selection, we are playing with 2 clarity potions. This is just for like opt-in 2. Then we have a talisman of warfare. This, if the game goes out of hand, you can like tutor this up and destroy all the cards in the arsenal. Maybe somebody's holding some spell that is really bad for you. You can tutor this up with Knick Knack. Then the last set of potions, a potion of deja vu, which I don't think is really good in this deck, but I wanted to include 1 of each potion, so I can have a potion of deja vu. And then 2 amulet of oblation. This prevents you to deck if the games go too long. Usually they don't in UPF, but you never know, so you can get this late game. One thing that Knick Knacks cannot get, which I'm really sad about, is the Crazy Brews. This card is really good and really fun. Wish we could get it with Knick Knack. I would definitely get this one. This adds a bit more spicy to the game, but this is an include because it's fun if you play it, and also helps you with the late game. For the late game, in synergizing with Crazy Brew, I have the full 9 life of party. Let's look at what life of the party does. If you pay the cost, you choose one at random, but when you attack between gaining 2 life, if it hits, gets +2 and gains go again. but if you destroy or discard a crazy brew, you get all of 3 modes and it's free. So this is really good, and this is more or less how you close the game. You set up a turn with a crazy brew in hand and maybe one of these in arsenal and start attacking for like 6 with go again for free. So this is how you close the game once it gets to the late game and you are one of the few people standing. Then I have 3 more cards in the deck that I believe they're really good for UPF and for this deck. First, we have a Tome of Fiendal that lets you draw 2 cards, and if you play from Arsenal you gain 1 life. This is what synergizes really well with the Mage Master Brutes. This is a combo that Guardian has been playing for a while, and we are playing it as well. Then a card that if you play UPF you almost have to play it, and it's Gorganian Tome. This lets you draw cards. What is the number of Gorganian Tome in the graveyard? So you want to be the last one to play this card, but if you're first, it's fine. You're the group hack deck, so your opponents get more cards. And last but not least, it's a card that's only legal in this format, and it is Go Bananas! This is a really fun card. You get to open a lot of boxes for fun. So I'm saving good amount of boxes for every time I play UPF, so I can crack the box. Basically, you name an action card and then you open it and find an action card, put it into your hand, so you look for the powerful ones. The other time I played this card, I named the Great Library of Solana, since it's an action card. Sadly, I missed, but it was fun opening the box, and we opened some very nice spicy cards. So this is the deck, and as I said, in the future, once we get more group hack deck, what I'll probably see myself cutting is some of these potions, maybe trimming them. I'll for sure not cut the Tempting potions, those are like really important, but like some of these potions will probably be cut once we get more support for like PVE or multiplayer. As per usual, I will leave the deck list down in the description, and if you end up playing Genis, or if you have another list about Genis, please let me know down in the comments, and please leave the like. It always helps growing the channel, and also if you subscribe I will really appreciate. I will see you next time.